Hi everybody, this is Crystal. This is a video today to tell you about what happened with my cane toads, Francine and Phoebe. If you see me looking down, I have some notes here to keep me focused on what I'm talking about. Basically, Francine passed away on March 18th, 2021. I came home and I found her slumped over by her water dish and her legs were just like splayed out. I picked her up and she was really bloated, and under her body, under her belly area, this part was all red and everything. So I took her out. I set her aside to bury her because she was gone. There was nothing I could do. And I had to take her out of the cage because I just didn't know whether what took her out was contagious or not to my other toad. So I took Phoebe out and did a deep clean of the old cage. And right now Phoebe is still in another cage while Phoebe is undergoing treatment. Basically, I did let Phoebe see Francine's body. So basically, I had Phoebe wrapped up and everything. I brought Phoebe over to the body, and she was kind of looking in that direction already. But when she saw the body, her head turned, and then she started breathing really, really fast, like her sides were going in and out really, really fast. So she started breathing really, really hard when she saw the body. So she knew that was her sister, and she was very upset about it, I guess. I mean, I don't know what they feel, but I don't think they're as unfeeling as mainstream medicine or mainstream science would have you believe. So she looked towards her sister's body, her head turned, and then she started breathing quicker. So she knew that her sister was no longer among the living. So I wanted her to see the body so she wouldn't be looking for her. Anyway, Phoebe has always been a poor eater, so her eating became even worse after the death of Francine. She just wouldn't eat crickets, superworms, anything. So I was finally able to get Phoebe an appointment on the 25th of March just to see if she was okay and to see if whatever took Francine out was going to get her too. So she had an exam. The doctor said she didn't look too bad or anything like that. And she was put on antibiotics, which the type they put her on is Baytril, and I have it right here. It's generic Baytril, Baytril. And here it is. It's 20 milligrams oral suspension. So I'm supposed to give her 0.05 cc's by mouth every 24 hours for 21 days. It comes a little thingy like this. And they gave me a syringe to give it to her in, and the syringe is right here. So 0.5 cc's, kind of pull it down to this, where this black thing stops, and then I give it to her every day. She's already been on it since the 25th, so yeah, I have it marked on my calendar when I stop giving it to her. And this is supposed to help her with any bacterial infection that she may have. And I showed the doctor pictures of Francine's body and everything, so to get his opinion on what was going on with Francine, what really took Francine out. And he says he believes it was a bacterial infection like septicemia or something like that. Basically, we amphibians, reptiles, humans, whatever, we all have bacteria in our bodies, in our GI tracts, wherever. And normally things stay in equilibrium. They stay in a balance. And sometimes something happens and things get out of balance and the bacteria in your body take over. The same thing is true with like humans and urinary tract infections. Like your body stops doing what it's supposed to do, it stops keeping things in balance. And so the bacteria multiply and you end up with a bladder infection. Or if things get really bad, it goes from the bladder to the kidneys and that can take you out. So he believes something similar happened with Francine. Something happened, her body got out of balance, and the bacteria normally within her body took over, and it caused septicemia, which is like a blood infection, and it went through the bloodstream and killed her. That's what he thinks happened with Francine. And so Phoebe was put on antibiotics just to, stave that off, just in case she had a bacterial infection as well. But he really doesn't believe it was really a contagious thing, just like a bladder infection in a human or a kidney infection is not really contagious, even though antibiotics will help with it. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know. But that's what he thinks happened to Francine. So Phoebe was put on antibiotics just to be on the safe side. And so I give it to her in that syringe that you just saw. But to open her mouth, I kind of pry it open with I have this old Shop Your Way rewards card from Kmart, like an old credit card like thing. So I use that to pry her mouth open. Like just imagine this is the credit card and I am Phoebe. I'm sorry if I've gotten their names mixed up. It's been hard. So, so anyway, imagine if I am Phoebe and I'm getting ready to take the antibiotic. This is the Shop Your Way rewards card. And I just kind of use it to pry her mouth open. Push it up. And then once I get her mouth pried open with the Shop Your Way rewards card, I can just use the syringe to pop the medicine on in there. And I've also been doing that because I've also had to kind of force feed her. And I wish I had the bag with me right now, but I don't feel like opening my door and my cat's coming in here and bothering my other animals. So I also have to give her something called Critical Care Carnivore, which is like a powder meal replacement supplement that you mix with water and you give it to your reptile or amphibians. And they have a critical care herbivore and they have a critical care carnivore. Because toads eat insects, she's on the carnivore one. So I just mix it with water and give it to her. And I use this type of syringe to give her the critical care carnivore formula. So I just mix together in a cup with water. It's according to the directions. I suck it up with this, push down on this, and it sucks it up into here. And then I open her mouth again with the Shop Your Way rewards card, slide it on in there, slide this on in there, and give her her food. So basically I feed her twice a day. I divide up the food amounts. So I don't give her the whole dose at once. I feed her twice a day, give her medicine once a day. So basically I'm bugging her 3 times a day. It's not pleasant, but I have to do what I have to do to make sure she is okay. And like I said earlier, she was always a poor eater. So, you know, really, to be honest with you, she was always a bit skinnier. Her legs looked kind of deformed when I got her. So she looked to be in poorer health than Francine anyway. She's more timid, she was skinnier, legs kind of messed up, all of that before I got her. So I kind of suspected that she would go before Francine, but, you know, life cannot always be predicted. So I'm doing what I have to do to get her healthy. And also, the doctor recommended one other thing. He says that she doesn't look too bad right now. So, yeah, he doesn't think that she's going to die from what took her sister out. So he recommends the stool sample as well. But because she has not been eating, it's been hard to get stool out of her. So now that I have the critical care, hopefully she will pass some stool soon. She's been passing like teeny tiny amounts, but I want to have a good enough sample to take back to the doctor, like a big enough sample. So hopefully she will give me a good poop soon and I can take that back to the doctor and then they can run it through for parasites just to be on the safe side and she can be treated for that. So, yeah. As far as giving Phoebe another toad friend, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But I have to make sure that she is healthy first. And then when I get this new toad, it has to be quarantined a bit. And then it also has to be dewormed. Because like when I get new toads, whether it's the smaller common toads or whether it's these big cane toads, they always go through like a process with Panicure. Like I give them 1 dose of Panicure, wait like a week or 2 and give them another dose. And then wait a little bit longer than that before I introduce them to the others. So either way, Panicure is like a good broad spectrum anti-parasite meds, but yeah, either way, if I get her another toad, it's going to have to be properly checked out. I'm going to have to go to a professional and get a stool sample instead of just doing it on my own with this new toad, just to be on the safe side after everything that's happened. So yeah, so hopefully I will get her a new toad friend soon. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I'm going to show you a picture of the Phoebster. She's in a little travel container right now. During this video, she's just been sitting here. She's also shedding. So, here she is. Here she is. This is my Phoebe. Hey, Phoebe. Yeah, cane toads are kind of skittish creatures anyway, so yeah. Here she goes. Hopefully I can get her fattened up. She's always, even before Francine died, I always had an issue with getting her to eat. So yeah, she's kind of small. She was a juvenile when I got her last year. You're famous, girl. Yes. Anyway, if you have more Anywho, if you have any more questions, please let me know in the comment box below, and I will talk to you guys again later. Bye.